Did you know that one of the most beloved wizards in movie history passed away just months after finishing his final film? These actors made us laugh, cry, and cheer. But behind the cameras, many of them were fighting battles far harder than any role. Stay until the end. One story will truly shock you. Actor 1. Graham Chapman. Graham Chapman was one of the funniest men in British comedy. He was a huge part of Monty Python, the comedy group that changed television forever. Chapman helped write and perform some of the most loved sketches in TV history. But behind the laughs, Graham was very sick. He was diagnosed with tonsil cancer in 1989. This is a type of cancer that starts in the back of the throat. Sadly, the disease moved fast. Graham Chapman passed away on October 4th, 1989, at just 48 years old. He died just one day before Monty Python's 20th anniversary. His friends said that was exactly the kind of thing he would have done on purpose to be funny. Actor 2. Tom Wilkinson. Tom Wilkinson was a quiet but powerful actor. He was best known for playing real, honest characters that felt true to life. His role in The Full Monty showed the world he could make people laugh and feel things deeply at the same time. Tom passed away in December 2023 at the age of 75. His family said he passed suddenly and peacefully at home. While the exact details were kept private, his death was described as a natural but sudden illness. Tom had spent over 5 decades working in film and television. He earned an Academy Award nomination for In the Bedroom and a Golden Globe for Michael Clayton. The world lost a gentle but incredible talent. If you are learning something new today, please hit that like button and subscribe. Actor 3. Bob Hoskins. Bob Hoskins was a tough, cheerful man who could play any kind of character. He was a London-born actor who became famous all around the world. Most people remember him as Eddie Valiant in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, a movie that mixed real actors with cartoon characters in a way no one had ever seen before. In 2012, Bob was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. This is a brain condition that slowly affects a person's ability to move and think. Because of this diagnosis, Bob made the brave decision to retire from acting. He did not want to keep working if he could not give his best. In 2014, Bob Hoskins passed away from pneumonia at the age of 71. Pneumonia is a serious lung infection, and it can be very dangerous for people who already have other health problems. Bob Hoskins left behind a legacy of joy, energy, and unforgettable performances. Actor 4. Terry Jones. Terry Jones wore many hats. He was a writer, director, actor, and historian all at the same time. As a member of Monty Python, he helped create some of the most famous comedy films ever made, including Monty Python and the Holy Grail and Life of Brian. He also directed both of those films. In 2016, Terry's family announced that he had been diagnosed with a form of dementia called frontotemporal dementia, or FTD. This type of dementia is different from the kind most people know about. It mostly affects the parts of the brain that control personality, behavior, and language. Terry slowly lost the ability to speak, which was deeply painful for a man whose voice and words had made millions of people happy. He passed away on January 21st, 2020, at the age of 77. Friends and fellow Monty Python members said goodbye to a brilliant and deeply kind person. Actor 5. Ian Holm. Ian Holm had one of the most respected careers in British acting history. He worked in theater, film, and television for more than 60 years. Many young fans first knew him as Bilbo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings films, the lovable and adventurous hobbit who starts the whole story. In 1998, Ian Holm first revealed that he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Even so, he kept acting for many more years because he truly loved his craft. Parkinson's disease is a condition where the brain slowly stops sending the right signals to the body. It can cause shaking, stiffness, and over time, it becomes harder and harder to do everyday things. Ian Holm passed away on June 19, 2020, at 88 years old. His agent confirmed that his passing was related to Parkinson's disease. He left behind over 100 film and television credits, and a fan base that will never forget Bilbo Baggins looking at that small golden ring for the very first time. Actor 6. Natasha Richardson. Natasha Richardson came from one of the most famous acting families in British history. Her mother was the legendary actress Vanessa Redgrave. Natasha became beloved to a whole new generation of fans through her role in the 1998 remake of The Parent Trap, where she played the warm and wonderful mother to Lindsay Lohan's twin characters. In March 2009, Natasha was on a skiing trip in Canada when she had a fall on a beginner slope. At first, she seemed perfectly fine. She walked away, laughed it off, and felt no pain. But about 2 hours later, she began to feel a terrible headache. She was rushed to the hospital, where doctors discovered she had an epidural hematoma. This is a very serious condition where blood collects between the skull and the brain after an injury. The pressure on the brain can become deadly very quickly. Natasha Richardson passed away 2 days later on March 18, 2009. She was just 45 years old. Her death shocked the world and helped spread awareness about the importance of wearing helmets while skiing, even on easy slopes. Actor 7. Pete Postlethwaite. Pete Postlethwaite was described by Steven Spielberg himself as the best actor in the world. That is a title not many people can claim. Pete was a quiet and intense actor who brought deep honesty to every role. His performance in the Name of the Father, where he played a man wrongly imprisoned for a crime he did not commit, earned him an Academy Award nomination. He also appeared in huge films like The Usual Suspects and Inception. In his later years, Pete was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. This is one of the most difficult cancers to treat. The pancreas is a small organ inside the body that helps digest food and control blood sugar. Cancer in this area is often not found until it has grown large and spread. Pete Postlethwaite passed away on January 2, 2011, at the age of 64. He had been quietly battling the illness for some time before his passing. The film world mourned the loss of someone they described as truly one of a kind. Actor 8. Richard Harris. Richard Harris was a force of nature. Born in Ireland but deeply connected to British film and theater, he brought fire and passion to everything he did. He played Emperor Marcus Aurelius in the blockbuster film Gladiator in 2000. Then, just 2 years later, he brought Professor Albus Dumbledore to life in the first 2 Harry Potter films, becoming a beloved figure for children and adults all around the world. In 2002, Richard Harris was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a type of cancer that affects the immune system. Specifically, it targets the lymph nodes, which are small glands found throughout the body that help fight infection. Hodgkin's lymphoma is actually one of the more treatable forms of cancer when caught early. However, Richard's condition was serious. He passed away on October 25, 2002, at the age of 72. The Harry Potter cast and crew were deeply saddened. His role as Dumbledore had to be recast for the 3rd film. Richard Harris had been planning to continue playing Dumbledore for the entire series, and many fans still feel that his warm and wise portrayal is the one they remember most fondly. Actor 9. John Hurt. John Hurt was one of the greatest actors Britain ever produced. He had a voice like no other, deep and full of feeling, that could carry an entire film on its own. He played the terrifying Kane in Alien, giving audiences one of the most famous scenes in science fiction history. He also gave an extraordinary, heartbreaking performance as John Merrick in The Elephant Man, a man treated cruelly by the world simply because of the way he looked. That role earned John Hurt an Academy Award nomination. 2015, John Hurt publicly announced that he had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Like Pete Postlethwaite before him, he was facing one of the hardest cancers to survive. Pancreatic cancer is particularly dangerous because the pancreas sits deep inside the body, surrounded by other organs. making early detection very difficult. By the time most people find out they have it, the cancer has often already grown or spread. John Hurt fought the illness with courage and continued to work whenever he was able. He passed away on January 25, 2017, at the age of 77. He left behind over 200 film and television roles and a body of work that will be studied and admired for generations to come. Actor 10. Roger Moore. Roger Moore is one of the most charming actors the world has ever known. He played the iconic British spy James Bond in 7 films, from Live and Let Die in 1973 all the way to A View to a Kill in 1985. No actor played Bond for longer. Roger brought a lightness and a smile to the role that made him completely unique. He also spent decades as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, working to help children around the world. Goodwill Ambassador, working to help children around the world. 2017, Roger Moore passed away on May 23rd at the age of 89. His family announced that he had passed after a short but brave battle with cancer. The cancer had affected both his liver and his lungs. Liver cancer and lung cancer are 2 of the most serious and difficult to treat forms of the disease. Because Roger had kept his diagnosis very private, the news came as a shock to millions of fans. His children released a heartfelt statement, describing their father as a kind, funny, and deeply loving man. The world said goodbye to a legend who had brought joy, adventure, and elegance to the silver screen for decades. Actor 11. Sean Connery, the man who started it all. His portrayal of 007 in Dr. No back in 1962 changed cinema forever. He went on to become one of the most respected and celebrated actors in the history of film, winning an Academy Award for his role in The Untouchables. He had a presence on screen that very few actors have ever matched. In his final years, Sean was dealing with serious health problems. He had been diagnosed with dementia, and his condition had been declining for some time. He passed away peacefully in his sleep on October 31st, 2020, in the Bahamas, where he had been living. He was 90 years old. His official cause of death was listed as heart failure and pneumonia. Pneumonia is a lung infection that can be especially hard on older people, and when combined with heart failure, where the heart cannot pump blood the way it should, the body simply cannot hold on. Sean Connery left behind a massive legacy and a career that spanned more than 5 decades. Actor 12. David Bowie. David Bowie was far more than an actor. He was a global superstar, one of the greatest musicians of the 20th century, and also a fascinating presence on screen. His role in the 1976 film The Man Who Fell to Earth, where he played an alien who comes to our planet, was a perfect fit for someone who always seemed to exist just slightly outside of the ordinary world. David Bowie was privately diagnosed with liver cancer in 2014, but he kept it completely secret from the public. Liver cancer is a serious illness that can develop quickly and is often not detected until late stages. Rather than announcing his illness, David used his remaining time to create one final masterpiece. He released his last studio album, Blackstar, on January 8, 2016, which was his 69th birthday. Just 2 days later, on January 10, 2016, David Bowie passed away. The world was stunned. His album was immediately understood as a farewell gift, full of beautiful, haunting songs about death, change, and looking back on a life fully lived. It was a goodbye, unlike anything the world had ever seen. Actor 13. Elizabeth Taylor was one of the most famous people on the planet. Born in London, she became a Hollywood legend, but her British roots were always a part of her. She starred in dozens of iconic films, but perhaps her most famous role was as the powerful Egyptian queen in Cleopatra in 1963, a film that was so expensive to make that it nearly shut down the studio that produced it. Throughout her life, Elizabeth Taylor battled a long list of health problems. She dealt with back injuries, pneumonia, a brain tumor, skin cancer, and heart problems over the years. In her later life, she was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. This condition happens when the heart muscle becomes too weak to pump blood properly throughout the body. It can cause fluid to build up in the lungs and make it very hard to breathe. Elizabeth Taylor passed away on March 23, 2011, at the age of 79. Even in her final years, she remained a fierce advocate for HIV and AIDS awareness, raising hundreds of millions of dollars for research and support. She was a star in every sense of the word. Actor 14, Maggie Smith. Dame Maggie Smith was one of the greatest actors Britain ever produced, and she never stopped working. She played the unforgettable Professor Minerva McGonagall in the Harry Potter films and the sharp, witty Violet Crawley in Downton Abbey, a role that earned her awards and a whole new generation of fans. Over a career spanning more than 70 years, she won 2 Academy Awards, 4 BAFTAs, and a Golden Globe. Maggie Smith passed away on September 27, 2024, at the age of 89. Her family confirmed that she passed peacefully in hospital. She had dealt with various health challenges over the years, including a public battle with breast cancer in 2009, which she spoke about openly and honestly. In her final years, her health had gradually declined due to the effects of advanced age and related illness. But right up until her last years, Maggie Smith was still appearing on screen, still sharp, still funny, and still one of the most watchable actors alive. She was a true giant of British cinema and television, and her characters will live on forever. Actor 15, Alan Rickman. Now we have reached the story that many of you have been waiting for. Alan Rickman is known to millions as the complex, mysterious Professor Severus Snape in the Harry Potter films. He brought a character to life that began as a villain and slowly revealed itself to be something far more layered, more painful, and more heroic than anyone expected. He was also brilliant as the villain Hans Gruber in Die Hard, a role that helped define the modern action movie. What most people did not know is that Alan Rickman was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2015. He told almost nobody. He continued to work, to direct, to spend time with the people he loved. His final film, Eye in the Sky, was released in 2015, and his final stage role had concluded just months before he passed. On January 14, 2016, just 4 days after his great friend David Bowie passed away, Alan Rickman died at the age of 69. The Harry Potter cast were devastated. Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint all shared deeply emotional tributes. J.K. Rowling said that he was a magnificent actor and a wonderful man. The fact that he had kept his illness secret while still giving beautiful performances right to the end is a testament to the kind of person he was. He poured everything he had into his craft, right until the very last moment. Pancreatic cancer had claimed another great actor far too soon. And perhaps the hardest part for many fans is knowing that when Alan Rickman said goodbye to his role as Snape, he already knew it might be one of his last goodbyes of all. These 15 actors gave everything they had to their art. They entertained millions while quietly carrying battles most of us never knew about. Their stories remind us that life is precious and talent is a gift. Like and subscribe for more stories like this. We will see you in the next one.